Now I know I put this in the video description yesterday, and I know you've probably heard it before, but Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, the remakes of the incredibly popular Game Boy Color games Pokemon Gold and Silver, have been finally announced, and it's official. I'll leave the link to the actual website, the official Pokemon in Japan website, with the news in the description. But anyway, this is amazing news, and I'm personally enjoy this because Gold, Silver, Crystal happens to be my favorite Pokemon games ever made. But anyway, so today's question of the day, in honor of this game announcement, is which one are you planning to get? And what starter are you planning to start with? And as for me, I'm going to get Soul Silver because, I don't know, Heart Gold sounds cool. I mean, Heart and Soul, I mean, that's kind of cool. But Soul Silver just sounds awesome. Maybe it's the assonance, I don't know. But, yeah, I'm probably going to start with Cyndaquil because I like to start with the fire starters unless they're stupid fire monkeys. So anyway, here is the battle, and leave that comment. So this is a battle with ChertTehRouge, and I haven't played this guy in a while, and yeah, we finally got to battle again, so here we go. And Young Colin leads with a Yanmega, I lead with a Roserod. So I'm just going to go for a Sleep Powder, hoping he doesn't Protect, and he doesn't. So I'm able to get the Yanmega to sleep, which is pretty good. And I'm just going to set up a layer of Toxic Spike since it's asleep, and he decides not to switch, so I'm just going to figure, you know what, I'm not going to bother setting up the second layer yet, I'm just going to go for the Hidden Power Fire. So I go for the Hidden Power Fire, and that's going to do quite a bit of damage to Yanmega, so that's pretty nice, and he's still asleep. So I'm just going to try to finish it off. I mean, I have the Focus Sash. He wakes up and goes for the Air Slash, but he gets the Flinch, which really is annoying, and that's the first of many hacks this Yanmega's going to get against me. So I go into Steelix because, you know, Air Slash, he resists it and stuff. And he does a lot of damage to Steelix with the Air Slash. So I'm thinking right now that this thing is Choice Specs. In that case, it's going to be a big problem. And I did ask him after the battle, it is Specs, Yanmega. So I set up Stealth Rocks, and now he pretty much has to stay in because he's not going to be able to come in on the Stealth Rocks again. So I go for the Stone Edge, but he gets a crit off the Air Slash and takes down my Steelix. So, wow. Holy God, I'm in trouble. So I go into Rhyperior, banking on the fact that it's Specs, and I decide to just go for a Stone Edge, but I miss, and, like, that's so ridiculous. So I go for it again, and he gets a Flinch. So, wow. Every time I use this Rhyperior, I mean, you guys who've been watching pretty much every video know, every time I use that Rhyperior, it always does nothing for me. Nothing. But it's not bad. I know it's not bad. So I go into Dragonite, because this is my special defense Dragonite, and I go for a Dragon Dance knowing I can live 2, and I hope I don't get flinched, and his luck runs out there, and he misses with Air Slash, so thank God. But that Yanmega already destroyed most of my team, so wow. So he goes into Luke, and I know after a Dragon Dance I can outspeed Luke, but his Luke is Choice Scarf, so he outspeeds my Dragonite even after a Dragon Dance, and he goes just for an Ice Punch. But I know that he's Scarfed now, so I go into Suicune, and I just go for a Calm Mind, which is good, and he's going to try to Ice Punch me, which does nothing to Suicune, and yeah. He's going to switch, and he goes into Gengar as I set up a second Calm Mind. And he's really thinking hard what to do here. And I figure he's probably going to do one of two things. Hypnosis, go for a Thunderbolt and hope for a crit, or Destiny Bond. So I decide just to Roar, just to be safe. Because if he decides to Destiny Bond and I decide to try to kill him, that'll be really bad. So yeah, I go for the Roar, and he does try to go for the Destiny Bond, so thank God I made that prediction correctly. So he goes into Luke, and I'm just going to go for the Surf, because if he goes for a close combat, obviously it'll be a KO, but he doesn't decide to risk it. He decides to go back into Gengar, and Suicune, when it KOs Gengar with Surf after 2 Calm Minds, so that's pretty good, and I don't have to worry about Destiny Bond anymore. So anyway, he's thinking, he goes into Mence, and I'm just going to go for the Ice Beam, since, you know, the Ice Beam is super effective. He just goes for an Outrage to get some damage, but this is like a physical wall, or EVs are physically defensive Suicune, so it actually does less than half to me, which is awesome. And he's going to now go into Aerodactyl to try to get some damage on me with Thunder Fang. So he goes for that, and he gets the Parahax, but he doesn't get the crit, which is what he really wanted. And yeah, I'm just going to be able to take down the Aerodactyl with Surf. So first he was sweeping me with Yanmega because of, well, pretty much hacks, but now I'm sweeping him with Suicune. So he goes into Luke, and he has to hope for either the crit off the close combat or my Parahax. So I just go for a Surf. You know, it's the only thing I can do. Hope I don't get haxed, and I don't. So I get the Surf off on the Luke, and it takes it down, which is epic win. And his last Pokemon is a Dusknoir, and he doesn't have the Thunder Punch on this Dusknoir. And instead of Shadow Sneak, he's carrying the Sucker Punch. So Sucker Punch doesn't quite KO Suicune. I'm able to get a Surf on it. But because of Dusknoir's pretty bulky defenses, he does take that Surf pretty well, and he's going to be able to take me down with the second Sucker Punch. But, you know, at this point, I just go into Jolteon for the win, my Specs Jolteon, so yeah. Dusknoir is in red health, so a Thunderbolt's going to KO. So, good game, Shirt. It's nice to, you know, get sweep off with the Pokemon of Pokemon Crystal in, you know, Awakening of Gold, or Heart Gold and Soul Silver. But rate, comment, subscribe, guys. Peace.